Hey, Grace community. I'm so pumped to be with you this week. And guess what we're talking about? Perfectionism. Did you know that if you are a perfectionist, you are impacting your team's ability to move forward? You are. And I'm going to help you today figure out, are you one? And then two, what can you do about it? See you on the inside. Guys, perfectionism. Oh man, who knew perfectionism could be something that could negatively impact your network marketing business? When I started this journey, I had spent 20 years in corporate America, and what I learned as an employee, some of those things translated really, really well and helped me grow my business. And then there were other things that did not. And this is one of them. So I had to retrain my brain to realize that in the entrepreneurial space, we're not striving for perfection. We actually have to get comfortable with good being good enough, and sometimes doing it bad before we do it good, because it's through the doing it bad that we actually master the skill, learn what we need to learn so that we can move forward. That concept was so hard for me, you guys, because I came from a world where if your work, it was so scrutinized, and if your work wasn't perfect, you were shamed, for one, but two, you could lose your job. So here, you guys, I want to help you figure out if perfectionism might be slowing you down. Because in the network marketing space, we come from a place where we are operating in an earn as you learn model. And because of that, we have the space to do things bad before we do them good. And if you're holding yourself back, if you're waiting until you can perfectly talk about your company, or perfectly talk about your product, or perfectly do a video, whatever it is, you're also holding your team back, because you're showing them that you're not willing to do something until you're ready to do it. And guess what? Most of us are never ready to do it. Never. So I want to encourage you today. I'm going to walk you through some steps to help you identify if perfectionism may be one of those things that is a challenge for you. And then I'm going to share some tips on how you can break free of it. And I want to encourage you guys, do it bad. Do it ugly. It is okay. This industry is so forgiving. It's ridiculous. All right. So I'm going to go through a list of you might be a perfectionism if, and I want you to just put a little hashtag or mark on each one that you feel pertains to you, because if you circle or mark or have 3 or more of these, you've got some work to do, my friend. All right. So the first one is, I've got notes here to keep me on task. You might be a perfectionist if you are hypercritical of mistakes. How do you feel about them? Can you give yourself grace? Can you give others grace when they blow it? Or are you just like, man, coming at things with that critical eye? Coming out of public relations and marketing, I had the worst critical eye, you guys. It just had to be scrubbed out of me. Okay, the second one, you have to be the best. Oh my gosh, let that one sink in. You have to be the best. If you're not the best, you're angry, or you pout, or you won't do it. You know how many times I've heard from people that are looking at this industry and they are absolutely paranoid of it because they're afraid to fail. They're afraid of what they're going to look like. They want to be the best. So, second one, you have to be the best. Third one, massive time spent on perfecting things instead of moving forward. This can get you into so much trouble, you guys. I struggled with that. Next, you live in a black and white world with no gray area. So things are either one way or the other. There's no room for, hey, maybe I should look at this a little bit different. Next one, you are your own harshest critic. Come on, girls, lighten up on yourself. Give some grace and know that this journey, you're going to do it bad before you do it good. Honestly, you really, really are. You're learning a whole new skill set. All right, the next one, you mull over outcomes. So you just kind of get stuck in the what ifs. And if I do it this way, what's going to happen? What about this? What about that? And you get stuck. It almost paralyzes you because you're not moving forward. The next one, defensive towards criticism. Oh man, you guys, in this industry, we want that critical, like not critical, but that constructive criticism so that we can improve ourselves, because nobody steps into this space knowing how to do it. We all step into this space needing to learn. And if you can get really tight with a leader that you respect and you're open to their constructive criticism, man, you will grow that much faster. All right, the next one. Only care about the end goal. Ugh, that was one. I struggled with that one. Man, it was like dead bodies would be left. It didn't matter how I got there. All that mattered was that I got there, and there was like a trail of dead bodies when I got there. That's not good, you guys. The next one, all or nothing approach. Man, you guys, I still struggle with this. I still have to scrub that out of my mind that it's not all or nothing. It's a journey. It's a process. Okay. And the last one, scared of things that make you look less than perfect. Man, if you can embrace that, ladies, let me tell you, there's so much freedom in it because none of us are perfect anyway. All right, so here's the deal. 3 or more. You might be a perfectionist if you marked or related to 3 or more of those. Okay, but here's the good news. Now that you know, what are we going to do to scrub it out? So here's some key steps that are going to help you move forward and really get that perfectionist mentality out of your world. All right, we're going to break up with it. We're going to give it the boot. So the first one is to embrace the process. Remember that this whole thing is a process and it's a journey. Our life is a journey. And we've got to get to a place where we don't see an end point, that we're just on a journey to become the best possible version of ourselves that we can become, and understand that through that process, we are going to make some mistakes. We're going to be awesome at some point too. So just embrace it, give yourself grace, learn to give the people around you grace as well, and accept people's journey for where it is as well as your own. The second one, stop comparing. You guys, the comparison game in this industry, in this space, is so tough because there's always going to be someone who does it faster or better, or you wish that you had those talents and gifts. But you guys, you are unique. You're unique for a reason. You're going to speak to people that only you can speak to. So embrace your unique gifts, embrace who you are, and understand that your sister on the side, who is doing incredible and has all these crazy gifts that you wish you had, has the same thoughts and feelings, and nothing that she can do or does do is going to take away from what is meant for you. All right. So really work at that, you guys, because you are not in competition with anybody except yourself. That's it. Every single day, can you look back and say, I am a better person today than I was yesterday? And if you can do that, guys, you are on the right track. All right, the next one, mess up on purpose. Get into the habit of being okay with messing up, not putting the pressure on yourself of being perfect. Good is good enough. Mess up. Get into places where you aren't good at things and get comfortable with that. Because the more comfortable you can get with screwing up and not doing it perfect, the more chances, the more steps forward you're going to take, which are going to positively impact your business, you guys. All right, the next one. Play it out in your head. What is the worst case scenario? Like truly, what is the worst case scenario? So often we have these crazy things going on in our mind, but when we really take a step back and go, okay, what is truly the worst thing that could happen? It's not that big of a deal, all right? And trust me, when you create a culture that allows people to be who they are, vulnerably screw up, your organization is going to move forward faster because people aren't paralyzed and stuck in trying to be perfect and trying to have it all figured out before they move. All right, the next one. Become friends with good enough. Good enough is good enough is good enough, especially in this industry. One of my favorite things about this industry is how forgiving it is. You can do it really bad and really, really succeed. So take the pressure off of yourself, you guys. Good is good enough. Get the video out there, even if it's not perfect. Do the business presentation, even if you don't know everything. Talk to people about the product, even if you don't know every ingredient and every minor detail of it. Talk about the comp plan, even though you may not know every in and out of it. You guys move. And through the action, you're going to get clarity, you guys. One of my favorite things to teach my team is that action provides clarity. Through the action, you're able to shift and mold and change what you need to change, okay? So good is good enough. For sure, in this industry, it is. All right, the next one is gaining perspective. And this really is taking a step back. Make sure you've got those people in your life that will breathe life into you. They don't even have to be in the business, you guys, but they're good at helping you take a step back. They're good at helping you really put things into perspective and really understand what is at play here, because perfectionism is not going to help you, you guys. And none of us are perfect. None of us. It's one of those unattainable goals. It's going to make you crazy trying to do it. And the last one is to create realistic goals and expectations. You guys, if you just started your business and you've never made six figures, is it realistic for you to think that you're going to build this six-figure income in 3 months? I don't know. But make sure that you're being real about what you're putting down on to pen to paper, and that you've got the right actions behind it to help you get there, because that is key. You want to make sure that you are moving forward and feeling good about quarter to quarter to quarter to quarter in this industry so that you keep going. All right. All right, you guys, it is time to kick perfectionism to the curb. It is not your friend, ladies. It is not helping you, and it's stalling your team, because if you are stuck and paralyzed in perfectionism, your team is too. And we want our teams to be comfortable with good is good enough and doing it bad before we do it good, because the reality is that's how we learn. It's an earn as you learn model. So get out there, roll up your sleeves, do it ugly before you do it good. And trust me, watch what happens to your organization.